Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. You can call me Kai and this is my crafty corner of the internet where I talk about all of the cross stitch things that I've been up to lately. And today we're back with another floss tube update video. So I'm going to go over everything that I did in September. I've got 4 projects to show you, and then I want to talk just a little bit about the Harvest Moon Hangout, the Lindy Stitches virtual cross stitch retreat that I attended September 19th through the 21st. So we'll just go ahead and get right into it. So the first project that I have to show you is my Enchanted Ornament stocking. This is a kit by the Dimensions Gold Collection. I started this on April 7th, 2025, and I'm stitching this with all of the included kit materials. So it's being stitched on the 16 count light blue Aida with all of the included dimensions threads. So here's where I was at last time you guys saw it. I had just gotten started on page 3 at the end of August, and after 24 days of stitching on it in September, I did not finish it. um, I did not get it finished. Like I was really trying to. But I made a lot of good progress. As you saw, like last time you guys saw it, I had only like done like this little bit down here. And so now I have fully finished like all of page 3, all of the background crosses and the backstitch are done. And then I moved over to page 4, filled in this little bobble here, did the backstitching there, then did all of the background and backstitched that. So all I have left to do is this last bobble and the backstitching there. So yeah, I tried really hard to get this finished in September. The chart is really hard to read, but I'll probably go into that more once this is completely done. But for now, I did do a lot of progress and I am happy about that, but I am really looking forward to this just being done. So, um, yep, I'm gonna continue stitching on this as much as I can until it's completely done. So hopefully the next time you guys see it, it will be all stitched up, but we'll see what happens. I was really hoping to show that off as a finish, but it's still a whip. Um, and so we'll just continue moving on with my whips. The next one that I have to show you is Overlook Cafe. This is a kit, another Dimensions Gold Collection Petite kit. Stitching, I started this on June 6th, 2025, and I'm stitching this with all of the included kit materials. So the 18 count white Aida and all of the dimensions threads. And here is where I was at last time you guys saw it. And then in September, I stitched on this for a total of 3 days, and here's where I'm at now. So this piece is just a travel piece. I like to get out of the house once a week and go to the local coffee shop and just spend some time stitching outside of the house. And so this is the perfect size to take along with. So I was able to do quite a bit of stitching up in here, started filling in some of the stitches down here. So the way I'm stitching this one is I'm mainly focusing on like these 3 columns here to try to get this finished up so I can move the hoop just a little bit over this way. That way then I'd have the whole, like the rest of the fabric inside the hoop and I can stitch wherever. So slowly filling in, and this is completely not a priority piece for me, so it will get done whenever it gets done, and that's fine. And then those 2 projects I am not counting my stitches on because I am stitching from the paper charts. And that's just not math that I really want to be doing. So then my next project that I have to show you is the one stitch along that I'm currently in right now. It's active. This is the Twigs and Tea stitch along by Fine Frog Stitching. Here is where I was at last time you guys saw it. I started this on August 18th, 2025, and here is where I'm at now. I am completely caught up to the releases. We had 3 releases in September, and they were the goose portrait over here. Her name is Lucy. And then the table, which was quite big, and the little teapot. So in September, I stitched on this for a total of 6 days, and all three parts together were 2,147 stitches. I'm really impressed with myself for I finished the table within 3 days of release, and this was a pretty large piece. Like there was 1,526 stitches just in the table alone. Um, and yeah, I stitched that up in 3 days. But the reason I was able to do that in 3 days was because I had like we were at my in-laws for the weekend, and I did 8 hours of stitching on the way back home, and I finished it all up in that time. So, you know, we will have 5 releases in October because they're coming out once a week on Fridays. Um, so the next release will be October 3rd, and then I am going to try my best to keep up with them. I don't think it'll be too hard because I think the table was probably the biggest part release, and that's done. And I think everything else is just going to be under 500 stitches a release, but we'll see what happens. Not going to say anything, but I am going to do my best to keep up with this. I am stitching this on 18 count marigold by Dying for Cross Stitch. And then I have one more whip to show you guys. This one was kind of a bit of a surprise. I didn't really think I was going to be able to stitch on it again, but frankly, I've missed it. So my next project is June Blooms by Heaven and Earth Designs, charted by or artwork by Margaret Morales. I started this on April 24th, 2025, and here is where I was at last time you guys saw it. That picture was actually from July 31st. I did not do any stitching on it in August because I've been trying really hard to finish the Enchanted Ornaments stocking, but with the fact that like I keep trying really hard and I just still have not finished it, I was really, really, really missing June Blooms. So while I was kind of attending the Harvest Moon hangout event hosted by Lindy Stitches, I told myself, you know what? It's the last night. I missed my June Bloom so much, so I pulled it out. Um, so yeah, here is where I'm at now. I actually did these two squares Sunday night, and then I pulled it out again last night, so September 30th for bedtime stitching. Um, and I started over here in these two squares. So I stitched this twice in September and added a total of 311 stitches. I'm now sitting at 12,100 stitches out of 208,000, so 5.82%. It wasn't a whole lot of progress, but I was really happy to be able to pull it out and stitch on it again. And frankly, when I pulled it out Sunday of the retreat and sunk my first 10 stitches in, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot how much fun this was to stitch. I forgot how much I loved stitching on this. So I really wanted to make sure I pulled it out again in September just to get a little more progress so I could show you guys. Um, Obviously, I would have loved to have stitched on this more, but I'm trying really hard to get that stocking finished. And as soon as that stocking is done, this is the only thing I'm going to be stitching on while I'm at home. So I'm using that as motivation. So yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for projects. I don't have anything else. I was actually really good and I did not start anything new in September, thankfully. So yeah, it was a bit of a shorter video, but that's okay. Um, we'll go ahead and start talking about my goals for October, and then I'll do just a little bit of a recap over the Harvest Moon Hangout. So yeah, October goals are gonna be like pretty much the same as they've been for the last couple of months. I'm really gunning to finish the Enchanted Ornament stocking just so that that's done. That way I can get June Blooms pulled out and just go ham. um, but I'm also gonna do my best to keep up with Twigs and Tea. Like I said, I really don't think it's gonna be that hard for me to do. I was in the Plants and Petrichor stitch along back last year, and I remember those being like super easy stitches. Pretty much finished them in like 1 to 2 days, and the parts 1 and 3 of Twigs and Tea I've also been able to finish like on release day after just a couple of hours of stitching. So I am not, I really don't think that it's going to be too hard for me to keep up with. So I will keep doing that. Get my stocking finished, and then once that's done, I am going to sit down and I am going to stitch June blooms. um, because yeah, it's a really gorgeous project, and I thoroughly enjoy all of the time that I spend working on it, and I don't want to give that up right now. So we'll keep at it. Um, so yeah, with that out of the way, now we can just do a little bit of a recap of Harvest Moon Hangout. So this was a virtual cross stitch retreat hosted by Lindy Stitches. This is the first retreat that I've ever attended because I didn't realize that they were a thing before I started doing flosstube videos. And I had like completely missed out on the midsummer stitch. So I didn't even realize that was happening. Um, but when I found out about Harvest Moon Hangout, I bought a ticket, and um, I didn't attend any of the like designer chats or meet and greets or any. I didn't take any classes. I pretty much just kind of stuck to the stitching tables. I did try the whip speed dating like a handful of times. Um, but I couldn't like be fully present in the virtual retreats because I've got a small toddler running around. Like, she's 2 years old now. Her birthday was in September. She's 2 years old, and um, the time is just going by so fast. Um, but I was able to spend like most of Saturday in the stitching tables. For the most part, over the weekend, I was stitching on my stocking, and I did get a lot of progress done. Um, so that was really good. And I got to meet quite a few lovely people. And it was just, yeah, it was a really nice time to be able to like just sit down, and even if no one was talking, it was nice to just sit and stitch with other people, even if they were, hundreds of thousands of miles away, and we were all just on our cameras. um, but yeah. Yeah, so I'm absolutely going to attend the Jingle Ball. And hopefully now I actually have a brand new computer. Kind of recording this on my computer using my phone, but it's being recorded directly to my computer because I've got Samsungs now. I can do that. It's kind of cool. Like, yeah, anyway. So I've got a much better setup this time around. So hopefully I can actually like share my stitching better and have a better setup for like watching and talking and all of that. I'm really excited, looking forward to that. So Jingle Ball is December 5th through the 7th. I'll make sure to put a link in the description below in case you also haven't heard of these things before. Want to make sure that like if you are interested in attending, that you have all of the information needed. Um, so, so yeah, I think that's it. That's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Please take the time to be kind to yourself, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye, friends. Happy stitching.